Hey guys, how's it going? It is Carter here, and we're back with episode 3 of UMVR Rags to Riches $1 challenge. We started $1. We're seeing how far we can get. We are on hard economy, by the way. I don't think I ever mentioned that, but we are on the hard economy. And yeah, it's spring. It's fall time. We're kind of wrapping up the season, and actually, we're going to be jumping over to springtime because we have literally nothing to do in the winter months. So this episode is going to go from fall to spring. But there was a few things that I wanted to cover before we jumped. First being, we now have $31,000. By some miracle, well, we made back our pretty much all of our investment, or most of our investment, from the straw. The straw was what actually made the most money somehow in that field. I did bail it, and then I sold it all. I think I have like 5 bales left now just because it wasn't worth the trip to town and back. But yeah, so we have this field cultivated now. That field is also cultivated now just because I didn't really feel like doing it in an episode. And yeah, it all got baled. It all got cultivated. I now feel fairly comfortable keeping this field as well, leasing it, because I'm thinking we're going to plant... We only have a seeder, so actually what we're gonna plant is 2 soybeans. 2 rounds of soybeans. So when can we plant is the next question, and that'll be April. So we have to jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, which is gonna be a lot. We're gonna lose about half of our money in leasing and taxes and bills and stuff. So the nice thing is oh wait, no, I lied. I was about to say the nice thing is we're not paying a loan, but we are paying a loan. So we're gonna have interest on top of our leasing costs for the fields. But I'm still not worried. But one thing we do need to make a purchase of, and it's a small purchase, it's really not even necessary, is a pressure washer. So I don't know where I want to place this. Maybe right here. Right next to the generator, kinda. Okay, I was really worried it was gonna flatten out the ground. It didn't. So we're good. Yeah, so we also added the precision farming DLC. I kind of just forgot I didn't have it installed. I never really messed with it, so I figured at some point we could probably go have fun with this in later videos. So, yeah. Other than that, that's where we're at for the fall. I think we're pretty much wrapped up. I'm gonna clean up my tractor for sure, and then I'll see you guys come planting season. Welcome to April of year technically 2. It is nice and sunny out. 6 a.m. No more snow on the ground. It was actually, for whatever reason, the most snow I've ever seen on this map. It came up to probably about here on the pressure washer. It was actually crazy. I also forgot to wash the tractor, but we're not going to talk about that. So I have an idea. It's something I didn't even consider. I kind of forgot about it, and it's kind of a gamble because I don't actually know the stats of it. But I was looking at, and I was thinking, why don't we just buy a fertilizer spreader, since they're significantly cheaper and have far more coverage? Like something like this would have 42 meters of coverage. Not that much capacity, but 42 meters of coverage. But then I saw this mod that I have, and it's 12,000 for a capacity of 4,200. And I like I said, I don't know the stats of it. Like, it doesn't have the working width. It doesn't have it. I mean, that's really, the working speed is 9 miles an hour. Okay, it has that. But like the working width, I don't know. But it's $12,000 and it holds 4,200. So I think we got to go for it. And right now we have 12,552. I'm thinking if we take out another tiny little loan, just a little one. I think we can actually work with it pretty comfortably, because there is several decent small fertilizing contracts we can try it with. And if it doesn't work out, well, we do a few of them with it, and then we just upgrade. So I think that's what we're going to do. The buy point, or the delivery point, should be, we'll just put it right there, just so we're not having to run 2 fields and stuff. And we will take out a loan just so we can be able to purchase the fertilizer as well, and we will purchase it. With the expanded capacity, do we deflector? Do we need it? No. Does it look cool? Sure. So just like that, we now are a fertilizer spreader, and we are contract ready, which is very exciting because this is where the farm's gonna start taking off. I hope. It's a big hope. It's not a guarantee yet. Still hope. But let's buy our first solid fertilizer, 1400 for 750. That's not that great. Solid fertilizer, 1820 for 1,000. Or solid fertilizer, 1920. So we'll go big bag, and we will buy. We'll just fill it up. Oh, we don't have enough. We will do 3 bags. I do not. What? Oh, I read it wrong. We'll do 2 bags. My math wasn't working in my head. So yeah, we will. Let's pick up a couple contracts before they expire, and a few of them already have. Field 11, yes. Field 16, yes. Field 22, yes. I have a feeling Field 16 is one of the fields I hate. It's not. Okay. It's not great, but it's not a bad one. So we will fill it up. And then we will be on our way to the promised land and money. We can actually turn on GPS right now. We can 49 feet of working with, make sure our lines are on. The A, B heading, or yeah, A heading. And perfect. So not a great working with. As you can see right there, the blue lines are the width. So not fantastic, but I'm still optimistic. Interesting, as the service door on top can open. That's pretty cool. Is there any other... oh, there's an unfold. What does the unfold do? Oh, it actually opens the door. That's pretty cool. Solid fertilizer spreaders are one of those things in this game that I have never even really given the time of day. Like when they added lime to the game, never... I think I've maybe applied lime once in the entire time it's been in here. So we'll do field 22 first. What is that going to pay us? 5,000. And then, yeah, I know. We'll see where we're at, because we still, what these contracts are going to do is basically pay for our seed for the year, because we're going to have to obviously go plant our 2 fields, which is probably going to be next episode. We have quite a few days, technically months, to plant, so we'll probably plant our beans in May. It's insane that you can plant them, I mean, up until July. That's very rare, especially up in Wisconsin, Iowa area. It's more... April's super early. I don't remember the last time I've ever seen beans in April, but like early May, and if it's a terrible year, early June is usually when I see a lot of, or maybe very, very late April as well. But yeah, we will try to plant them in May. And right now, today's episode is just purely about trying to get that money. And hopefully this 2,000 liters will go far enough to cover at least field 22, so that way we can, continue buying the fertilizer. I don't know what the application rate is here, like how fast it empties. So for all I know, it's gonna be bad. But the white's looking good going down the road with our nice new fertilizer spreader. And I will see you guys when I get to the field. All right, guys, we are at field 22. We are ready to go right off the bat. We will open the door. It's still so cool that there's just a little door opening. We'll turn it on and we'll do a lap around the field. See, yeah, that application is just not fantastic. The width is just painful. It's I don't know if it's gonna make the entire field either. We may have to take a loan just to finish this contract, which is only gonna pay off the loan we took out for the contract. I'm hoping we don't have to do that. But if we have to, we will. And the only reason I'm doing this lap around the field, which I know some people would, some people wouldn't, it's just to give it, it's just another headland. It just gives you a little bit of a buffer zone to turn around and stuff. With something this small, we really probably didn't need to. We could just pretty much go straight to the grass. And I really need to actually maximize, try to just keep the left side here on the edge of the field as much as possible so that we're maximizing our fertilizer coverage. It's just kind of difficult, especially when you don't have, or you can't see the ground color changing. So I don't actually know if it's covering all the way to the edge of that cone, or if it's going a little further past, or a little technically shorter than the cone. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know much about solid fertilizer or solid anything spreading, which is just so sad since I've been playing the series since like 2009, 2011, whatever it was. I know 2011 for sure. But yeah, 9 miles an hour working speed, not terrible, faster technically than what the liquid spray would have been. Not nearly as wide though. So better fertilizer spreader still on the bucket list. That's on the shopping list still, but this is not doing so bad. And I'm going to cut to time lapse, and I will see you guys when I either run out of fertilizer or finish the field. Alright guys, we are nearing the end. We are 98% of this field done. We're actually going to make it on fertilizer, thank God. I was getting worried that we might run out, but it looks like we're going to be good here. And then, since we have no truck to pick up our fertilizer, we're just going to head straight to the next field. And we're going to keep rolling. We're just gonna get it delivered straight from the essentially what would be the co-op. The co-op would come deliver it to us at the next field, obviously for an extra fee. But what are you gonna do when times are tough? Where you know you gotta do what you gotta do, and what we gotta do is pay to get our fertilizer delivered. So there's a driveway up here. And I will see you guys at field 11 is what we're going to go to first. We're going to go to the far one. So I'll see you guys there. Alright, guys. So as I was driving over here to field 16 instead of 11, just because plans have changed a little bit, and I'm making an executive decision. I was thinking about, is this fertilizer really, with this small, work with, is it really that economical? And no. I'd rather pay double the price for something that has this is unrealistic amount, but almost the same capacity in a much smaller package and a huge working with. This one is 40. What was it? It was 49 feet. The other one is 42 meters. So I mean, it'd be silly to not just spend the extra money, a little bit extra money right away, and just get the good one. So this was kind of a dud. We ended up taking out more loans. We're, you know, really staying true to that real life farming, and we have 25,000 now. We're gonna have to go. We're gonna be $40,000 in debt. But with this bigger spreader, I'm really banking on the fact that can we get the old decals? We can. Let's get the old ones. It feels a little bit more small farmy. Anyways, with this one, the gamble, hope, prayer, whatever you want to call it, is that it's just gonna pay off so much quicker because we're gonna be able to do bigger contracts. And I don't actually remember what the work speed was on this. 11 miles an hour. So we're spreading more faster. So the only thing we really have to hope now is that it doesn't empty out much faster either. So we emptied out the last one. We took what we could get from our previous spreader, and now we will buy 3 more bags if we can afford that, which we should be able to. Yeah, we'll buy 3 more bags. And this one should actually legitimately pay itself off. The last one I was just thinking about it, and I just didn't think that we could cover enough ground quick enough to like really be able to do some bigger contracts. We're gonna be stuck on these smaller fields, and that's not what we need right now. We need to be able to do as much as humanly possible, as quickly as humanly possible. So yeah, now we are at field 16. And I'm excited to see what the working with is on this. And I was not paying attention. And we were going off-road. So let's turn it on. Look at that. Oh my god. So yeah, as you can see, it is, I mean, cruising compared to the last one. And it's also launching the fertilizer so far. This is nice. This is what we need. So we're gonna be able to pick up those like $20,000 contracts and actually start making some like respectable money. And I don't know if we should be able to cover all this, I think, even. Yeah. We're gonna miss just a tiny little sliver of it. But I mean, look at this, guys. This is insane. That would have been what, 2-3 passes on that one little sliver alone with the last one? I think we're a bit too wide here. No, we are not. We are actually wasting. See, this is the part that I don't love about solid fertilizers. You don't have the nice booms to like specifically point out where the end of your spread is. Like on a sprayer, you have nice giant metal arms to show you exactly where you're at and how much further, or like how much spread you have. But this is nice. I'm very happy that we spent this money. I don't think we're gonna regret this purchase at all. Cut to next episode where we're $100,000 in debt, trying to justify another purchase. But that's neither here nor there. We'll deal with that when the time comes. But no, I genuinely think, especially with this one, we're gonna be able to pay off our loan and more, and pay off and buy whatever we want. Basically, it's gonna be some grinding, especially 11 miles an hour is still not super quick. We missed a little sliver there. We'll pick it up if we need to. But yeah, 11 miles an hour is still relatively slow compared to some of the liquid sprayers, but I'm happy with this. This is let me know what you guys think, but I think we're gonna keep this for quite a while. I think this poor little Kubota spreader is gonna get its work. You know, thing's gonna rust out before the end of its life, I think. Especially once I kind of get more used to the spray. Like, look at that. I'm throwing so much off the edge here. I'm just not used to, like, such an insane working with. This is so crazy. Can just throw it around. There we go. Perfect. problem is it gets kind of lost in the plants if you if you hit too tall of a crop. But yeah, this is nice. I don't even need to cut the time lapse. We're just gonna keep it going, and then I'll probably finish up that small little field off camera, and then we'll come back after that and figure out what we need to do. But yeah, this is working very smooth. Already 86% complete, and we've been here for what, maybe 4 minutes, something like that, 5 minutes. We should just need to do like maybe 2 more passes, 1 more pass. We'll do this corner here, and then probably just a little bit more in the middle, and we'll probably be done. And then I think between this episode and the next, I'm gonna really try to learn the all the new complex fertilizer application type stuff, and just kind of figure out how the new mod really works. I've never really, for the precision farming, I've never really done anything with it. Are we done? Do we need to keep 98%? So hopefully this little strip will do it for us. There it is. And we only used 40% of our. Actually, we didn't even start at a full hopper. So this was an insane purchase, guys. This was very good. So it's not going to pay itself off in these 3 fields, but we finished this one. We'll collect that. Field 30. What's that look like? Field 30 is a nice big square, so that's going to be perfect. So that's probably how we'll end the video, is us cranking out field 30 quick. But I'm going to do field 11, and then I'll meet you guys at field 30. See you there. Alright, guys, we are calling a lot of audibles today, but I think this one was just too good to turn down. So we actually ended up accepting field 30 and field 3, just because we were right there anyways. All it was just taking a little trip around the block, and it's just another easy field. So I figured, why would we not take the money, you know? And it's also a good test on seeing the efficiency of this thing. So as you can see, the blue lines are our GPS, so it is extremely wide. The actual width of it is 137, so it's almost 100 feet wider of spreading than what our previous purchase was. So yes, this is obviously just instantly going to pay itself off. Like this field and the next one, and it'll all be paid off essentially. But instead of, I wanted to kind of pay off the loan quick, maybe, because I don't like having that that interest over our head. But there's gonna be so many fertilizing contracts throughout the year that I think I don't necessarily need to worry about the loan first. So what does that leave us with? What's my plans for the future? And I think, and you feel free to give input on this, guys, but I think our next purchase is actually not going to be a large tractor. It's going to be another medium-sized tractor. I think it's going to be an 8410. Essentially, I'll just build it out here quick. It is this, and this, and this, and this. And I liked the LED lights. I don't love the look of them, but I will probably definitely like the light of them more. So it's going to be about $109,000, which is a lot for our little farm. But I think it's going to get paid off, like I said, extremely quick, just because of how fast this thing can cover ground. It obviously does not look like we're covering ground quick, but I mean, in the grand scheme of things, this is a pretty solid spreader. The only thing that's really going to hurt us is having to constantly just buy fertilizer. But if we just keep taking big contracts, then, like I said, it's going to pay itself off so quick that it's silly to not do these contracts. And then, hopefully, maybe by next year, we will have cows on our farm. But right now, I think just kind of expanding our fleet is going to be important, just because right now we have the one tractor. So we realistically, if we had 2 tractors, could be fertilizing and planting. And instead, we're stuck here with the one. just fertilizing. So what we could do as well, because let me get on our next, we'll do this lap, and then I will look at our next option. And like I said, if you guys have any input, let me know. Is we don't necessarily need that big John Deere yet. Like I said, let me just get onto a straight line here. But we could go to small tractors, and we could do something along the lines of this, which is going to be about 45,000, which we'd be able to pay for like next episode. So I'm torn. I'm very torn, and I don't know if I'm going to record before this episode drops. So I don't even know if your guys' input on this matter will truly make a difference, because I'm probably making my decision by next episode. But I'm actually, now that I think about it, kind of leaning towards the 4020, because I think it'll be able to pull our current planter. It'll probably be too light for the fertilizer spreader, but it'll also be able to pull our current cultivator as well. So it's still going to be able to do plenty of work around the farm. And once again, I think it's just going to essentially pay itself off pretty quick in the form of the amount of work it can do for our current farm. Then we'll be able to get, something else to haul a trailer. We can eventually get a trailer to haul fertilizer to keep this thing moving. We don't have to. I don't necessarily love having to deliver to the field, and I'm definitely not running across this entire map to just fill up once, for a field. But yeah, so I think tractor next, and I'm actually leaning towards the cheaper, smaller tractor, because if we go and look at our seeder, 60 horsepower. If we look at our cultivator, 80 horsepower. So realistically, we don't even need the most powerful small John Deere. We could probably get away with something even cheaper. But I'd rather get the most power right away. That way it's usable in the future. And I was going to say, once we, expand the fleet further, and these smaller tractors become more obsolete, that's John Deere will still have its own purpose, whether it be a yard tractor, pulling a TMR for mixing the feed for the cows. There's still gonna be plenty of work for it to do, and I think we're gonna get quite a bit of life out of it. The white is probably never gonna leave the farm, just because it's now kind of a staple of the farm. So the white always has a spot, but I do think the smaller tractor is gonna pay itself off a little quicker than what the bigger tractor would. Because basically, like I said, the main focus now is we are contract farmers. Right now we have a little bit of land. We're lucky enough to have a smidge of land and lease a little bit of land, but the big money is contract farming right now, until we can actually start buying our own land, which we're not going to get unless we contract. So the main focus is just being able to keep this fertilizer running essentially 24/7 throughout the summer or spring, summer, and fall. If there's a fertilizer contract, unless it's like field 42 down in the south part, or square in the middle of the map, field 27, those ones are insanely high pay, but they're, I think, a smidge too much work for this fertilizer spreader right now. But we'll see. If it, I also wasn't planning on taking field 3, but money's fantastic to see in your bank account, so I kind of had to. And as you can see, it's surprisingly efficient. Like, we are only down to half of a tank, hopper, I guess. And we're covering quite a bit of ground pretty quick. We already have the lap around the field done. That's usually a big draw because of just how inefficient it is, because I'm terrible at running the edge of the field. But yeah, now it's just straight lines. It's going to be perfectly accurate because of GPS, and it should run pretty good. The next thing I was going to say for future plans is, once we do start expanding, I do think I might try a mod that I've never really I think I dabbled in it, like FS17 maybe, and that's course play. Like I said, I've never really tried it, never really gotten too into it, just because it's so much. I mean, for me, even GPS is like a hassle. Like, I really have to talk myself into doing it. But yeah, I think course play, once we start expanding, is just going to be a lifesaver, just because we can obviously start technically automating things, but it's, you know, in game it's you're hiring a worker still. It's just a smarter worker than the default Giants workers. But I think I might get into course play. I'm gonna watch a few tutorials on it, see where we're at. If I'm comfortable enough to introduce it into the playthrough, then I will. But right now we don't even need to worry about it, just because it's so far in the future. We only have one tractor, so it's really not even a concern. And just the basic hired worker is gonna do more than enough for what we need to do. But yeah, so right over here you can see is our dream farm. This is where we're planning on trying to eventually expand to. This is a field that I'd love to have, but if you look at the price of it, yikes, that's $1.1 million. That's actually worth more than the farm itself. This is like the perfect field. It's super simple shape. It is right next to the farm. But yeah, this whole little chunk of land right here, this is what we're gunning for. But yeah, we're not gonna be able to do any of that without expanding the fleet, getting more property in the south area. We're going to buy field 32, 33, 34, 43, probably 45, and just keep, you know, cash cropping. Cash crop is like what we need. We can't really afford to just plant fun crops to do, like, you know, to try to diversify and stuff like that, to keep diversity up. We got to just do what's going to make money, which I know might get a little repetitive, but I mean, this is a challenge. But yeah, so I think the next land expansion will be 67, just because it's really not that expensive. Honestly, it's 157,000. It's a small little field, but if we take that and also get field 28, which is a little bit more expensive, 400,000, then that's a pretty good combo right there. I usually in previous playthroughs I have just planted the same thing, so it's, other than a ditch, it's essentially just one big field. Field 34, just because of the convenience of it being right there, is nice, but field 43 I think is still the main field that we want to get after 67, and maybe even before 67. That's a long ways away, so let me know what you guys think on that one. But yeah, I think that's pretty much going to be it for today, guys. I don't think there's much more we can do. It's kind of a quick episode. A lot of changes happened in this episode, between buying one thing, instantly getting rid of the next, or that thing, instantly buying something else, and then just willy-nilly choosing contracts instead of just sticking to the main plan. Like I said, this was too tempting to not take, just because I kind of wanted to see what the efficiency was going to be. And it looks like we might actually finish this field on one hopper. We're 91% complete. Hopefully we can maybe get it this run. Possibly the next. We'll see. We'll actually just finish this field up here before the video ends. But yeah, like I said, if you guys have any ideas, suggestions, what you want to see, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. I don't really have... other than trying to get to the big dairy farm, getting cows, getting a dairy farm going, and then eventually expanding to the bigger dairy farm, no real plans other than obviously land expansion and expanding our fleet. But if you guys want to see something out of this playthrough, just let me know and I'll see if I can incorporate it in. If you have any other kind of fun or challenging things for me to try, let me know. But I think we're gonna be we're gonna be pretty busy once we start expanding, because we're gonna have to do silage, that's where, like, I'm hoping course play will really kind of be a lifesaver, because doing silage alone is awful. Hay, that's another spot where I'm hoping course play will be able to help. From what I've seen, it seems to make people's lives a lot easier, but I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, I'm really not familiar with course play. Yeah, we're gonna be very, very busy in the coming future here. And we actually did finish field 3. They're gonna let us get away without doing that strip. So that is gonna be the end of today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. When we tune into the next one, we'll be doing field 30 and planting our own fields 35 and our leased field of 43. Both of those are gonna be soybeans. That way we get the beans and we get the straw, and we can just plant it with the current seeder we have, which is going to take forever, but you got to do what you got to do. And that's going to be it for today, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button down below. If you have not yet, subscribe. We are trying to hit 1,500 subscribers. No real timeline, just trying to hit it. And I want to thank you guys. Any new subscribers that have joined since the beginning of this series, thank you very much. I hope you guys are enjoying. If you, like I said, I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. If you have any suggestions, comments, concerns, questions, leave in the comments down below. That's been all for today, guys. Peace out.